Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new, welcome. I have not done a perfume video and I feel like a hot minute. Maybe it hasn't been that long, but you know, I don't talk about perfume enough in my opinion. So I thought I would get on and very quickly go through what my top 5 perfumes are gonna be this fall. Now I have so many fall perfumes, and quite honestly, I rarely will put something in an actual seasonal category because I like what I like, and I don't care if it's 100 degrees and I want to wear a super dark vanilla or super boozy fragrance, I'm gonna wear it. But sometimes you smell a perfume and you're like, this gives me fall vibes. And you know what? I said top 5. I mean, I lied. I just was looking at my perfumes and I'm like, yeah, no, I can't limit it to 5. It's gonna be 7. I just can't do it. I'm gonna try not to wax poetic about all of these because except for one of them, I have talked about them on my channel before, maybe 2. I can't remember if I've talked about that one. Chad is just a busy little bee today, so he's not gonna be able to come in for the full video. I know y'all are sad because that is the real highlight of my perfume videos, but I am gonna have him stop in here at the very end, smell all of them, and of course give you his opinion because it vastly differs from mine most of the time, so y'all will be able to get 2 ends of the spectrum. I'm not gonna go in any particular order because quite honestly, I couldn't pick a favorite from these. But I will start with something, if you have followed my perfume videos, know that I'm going to include a boozy fragrance because that is one of my all-time favorite genres, categories, whatever you wanna call it, of perfume. If it has rum, if it has cognac, and if it has champagne, I've seen that as a note before. Whiskey, it doesn't matter. If it's some kind of boozy fragrance, I'm gonna like it. And the fragrance that I think of automatically first when I think of boozy is by Nasomatto, and it is Barra Onda. Oh my word, this is the best whiskey fragrance I have ever put my nose on. And let me tell you, I have smelled a lot of whiskey fragrances because if I see that as a note, I want to get a sample. This is whiskey. It has a little bit of woody notes, but I really get a very strong whiskey note in this. It has ambrette, it has musk, it has rose. I quite honestly don't smell any of the rose. I'm sure it has a big part in the formulation and the end result, but I don't smell it. I mostly get woody and whiskey. That's it. Okay, so for instance, there was a hotel that we went to in Scotland a few years ago, which I just booked our next trip to Scotland next year, and I'm so excited. We're going back to our favorite place. But they, instead of giving you like cookies, you know, like the DoubleTree Hotel does, they give you a glass of whiskey. And that is what I'm reminded of when I smell this. It is just so perfectly formulated. It is very, very unisex, but I love wearing it and very fall appropriate. I mentioned rose in that and how I didn't really smell it much. And that's not necessarily a bad thing for me because rose as a whole is not a favorite note of mine. I have grown and my nose has evolved to appreciate it more in fragrances, but if I smell something that is like a rose fresh picked from the garden, no, it's just not for me and my olfactory senses. However, if it is like a spicy, jammy rose, I like it. And a lot of times when rose is paired with oud, that's what I get and that's what I like. I have quite a few rose oud fragrances. Oud Satin Mood is probably the one people are most familiar with. Pavilion by Andrea Mack is phenomenal, but I could not include in my most loved for this coming season and what's going to be sprayed the most, an Gourmand Jane. So that goes to Arabesque because another beautifully unisex fragrance. Rose and oud are the main players in this. It does have patchouli and moss and musk on the very base, which I can get a little bit of the patchouli, which is probably why I gravitate to this so much. But it also has black currant on the top. And that I think is what helps give it that super thick, syrupy, jammy feel to it. But overall, it is a rose and oud fragrance. And to me, it is a masterpiece. I love Gourmand Jane. So if you like the combination of rose, oud, and you feel like you need another one in your collection, definitely try Arabesque. Now let's talk like gourmand, right? Some people just want to smell sweet. But when you think of sweet in the fall, I don't think of fruity fragrances. Those are more like spring, summer to me. I don't think of super sugary fragrances. I think of, okay, what are the desserts I like to eat in the fall? Apple pie, right? I talked about this in one of my last videos because it was my scent of the day. But Soradora Janie is the perfect apple pie fragrance. Now, if you have smelled Angel Share, this is very similar. I don't necessarily think you need both. I have both. This is a little bit more caramel-like. It's almost like when you bake an apple pie, or if you ever have, and you cut that first slice and that like the liquid carameliness kind of oozes out from the rest of the pie into the opening where that slice was. That's what this smells like. It is just so good. It's not overtly like sickly sweet, but it is sweet. It is a gourmand, and it is just perfection for fall. Looking at the notes: baked apple, puff pastry, cinnamon, caramel, vanilla, plum, peach. I do not get the plum or the peach. Almond, I don't get the apricot. Nutty notes, the almond, the nutty notes, the baked apple, the puff pastry, the cinnamon. It all screams apple pie. Now let's talk about one that I have definitely talked about quite a bit in the past. And I have even said more than once that this to me is, if you took me and what I like and put it in a bottle, this is it. This is Mandy in a bottle, and it is Dincanto from Perfume Roma. I don't know if it's Dincanto, Dincanto. I'm gonna say Dincanto. First of all, you don't need much of these fragrances. You need 2 to 3 sprays max. They are very heavy in oil concentration, so they're one of the only brands that actually suggest that you rub your wrist or your arms together to really bring out the oils in the formulations. I have quite a few fragrances from this house. It's one of my favorite houses, but the reason this one stands out and the reason it is in my top 5 fragrances of all time is because it really highlights 2 of my favorite notes of all time, patchouli and myrrh. It has vanilla and jasmine and tonka bean and woody notes, but it's the patchouli and myrrh that stand out the most to me. And it is just a warm, spicy masterpiece. If you don't like patchouli, don't even think about it. If you don't like myrrh, don't even think about it. This is not a chocolatey patchouli. I had to put it on a piece of paper that had writing on it. I ran out of little samples, test strips. It's not a chocolatey patchouli. It's an earthy patchouli, but it's not like dank. It's not gross and dirty smelling, especially when it combines with that spicy myrrh, and that is what this is. It is spicy, it is earthy, very unisex, and I feel so cozy when I wear this. And even though it doesn't look like I've used a ton, when you think about only using 2 sprays per application, this is quite a bit. Like coming this season and into the winter, this is going to be on high repeat. So not only do I recommend this house as a whole because I have so many favorites from them, this one definitely gets and has kept the top spot for me. Y'all, this next one, I don't know if it's limited edition or if it's part of their collection from here on out. But every fall, typically in October, this one came out in September, Guerlain comes out with a new Shalimar flanker. This year, they came out with L'Essence, or L'Essence, however you want to say it, Shalimar. So the bottle is the same shape, but it has the Shalimar name written on the front. Hopefully you can see that the lights aren't washing it out. And that is the first time I have seen any Shalimar bottle like this. Now this is my 3rd flanker personally. I have the iris, I have the tonka. I did not get the jasmine because jasmine is not, my favorite note. But when I compare this to the iris and the tonka, this does have iris in it. It is deeper than the iris that I have. It's a little less sweet than the iris flanker that I have. It has more of the original Shalimar DNA in it, that like very deep ambery DNA. I have not smelled Vanilla Planifolia, but a lot of people say this is the closest thing to Guerlain's Vanilla Planifolia. And I haven't smelled that one, but clearly it's amazing because this one is amazing. Now, out of the 3 Shalimar flankers that I have, the ones that come out every year, I did not think anything was going to be able to top iris for me because that's been my favorite so far. This one has topped iris. This is my favorite Shalimar that I have ever smelled. Now, my mom is a Shalimar woman. And I'm talking like she never wore anything else. So I grew up my entire life smelling Shalimar. I have a very deep appreciation for the original, but this one 1000% beats it out in my opinion. I need to find out if this is limited edition, because if it is, I honestly think that this is the first one I'm tempted to buy a backup bottle of because it is that gorgeous. Okay, 2 more. This one I talked about most recently, so I'm not gonna talk a ton about it, but to me, tobacco scents really shine in the fall. And the newest addition to my collection that has tobacco in it is the Oud Affair from Wilhelm Parfumerie. This, I talked about in a video, and I said that one of my favorite combinations in the past has been Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille layered with Tom Ford Lost Cherry. Now, Tom Ford does not last much on me at all, but I still loved layering those fragrances. When I first got this and smelled it, that's immediately what I thought of, was that layering combo. Even though this doesn't have cherry in it, doesn't have almond in it, doesn't have anything that would like make you think of cherry, I think the honey mixed with the tobacco for some reason makes me think of that, because this is basically vanilla, honey, tobacco, ginger, and oud. So it's a deeper fragrance, but it still has a little bit of a brightness to me. And it just reminds me so much of that combination. However, it lasts way longer on my skin. So if you like tobacco, but you want a little bit of a different combination of tobacco, you like honey. Honey doesn't always work for me. It does in this fragrance. I would get your nose on this one for sure. And I forgot to mention in that last video, I love that Wilhelm offers 3 sizes. So there's I think there's a 20 mil, a 50 mil, and a 100 mil. I think this one's the 100 mil. So you don't have to commit to the big size to try it out, but I highly recommend trying it out if you like tobacco honeyed scents. All right, last one. This one is just a little decant, but rest assured, I will be buying the full size one. And I honestly need to go ahead and do that because I looked into this company a little bit more, and they are based out of Charlotte, North Carolina, and they hand make all of their perfumes to order. So it takes, I want to say it said it takes 4 to 6 weeks possibly to get your order. So I probably need to go ahead and get that because I'm almost out of this little decant. This is from a indie house named Source. And I'll put the full bottle since this is clearly just a decant. And it is called English Major. The name itself really stood out to me. I'm an English minor. I would have majored in it if I felt like the job opportunities were more vast, because there is nothing I love more than reading or writing. I mean, you give me a paper to write, I'm all about it. You give Chad a paper to write and he runs for the hills. I actually had fun writing my thesis for my master's program. I am just that type of person. So the name itself really stood out to me. And then I smelled it, y'all. Okay, this is what these are the notes, and then I'm gonna tell you what I smelled. Old books, marshmallow, orris, brown sugar, woody notes, coconut, fire, and Peru balsam. So basically you're in this very old library. I envision something like Oxford, something really, really old with the books as high as you can see. Everything is wooden. You're sitting in a big leather chair. A fire is going. And then I smelled it. And it automatically, I don't know that I've ever had something so quickly take me back to my childhood, because this is my granddaddy's pipe tobacco. That is what this smells like to me. And I've never smelled something more comforting in my life. I definitely get I'm sitting in a big leather chair, maybe sipping a hot chocolate with marshmallows on top of it, reading a book, and surrounded by wood and fire. But it's the nostalgia for this, y'all. It smells so good to me, and I have to have a full bottle. If you like the idea of what I just pictured, because that is most definitely what this conveys. The only difference to me is if but my granddaddy was sitting right next to me smoking his pipe. I mean, it just takes me back. I cannot say enough about this, and I don't know if they do sample sets. I'm gonna say they probably don't since they make them to order, but I am very interested in other scents from them now because of how phenomenal that one is to me. Okay, those are the 7 scents. So let me go grab Chad and we're gonna see if he even likes any of these. Smell all 7 of these and tell me what you like best. Be honest, I've already told him you probably have vastly different views than me.
It's not bad, but not my favorite.
That's a no.
It's not too bad.
Okay. No. Okay, just
Not my fave.
okay.
Okay. I like that. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I like it. Okay.
Hold on.
Is that root beer?
No. You smell root beer?
A little
Really?
bit. Yeah. You want to smell root beer?
Oh, I smell goodness. Yay or nay?
I think after it dries down on the skin. Yeah, it's not too bad.
Okay. I'm surprised. I thought you'd go the opposite direction.
I think I like that one because I like that woodiness or whatever.
Okay. Last one. You can't smell that?
No.
Are you serious? Oh, okay. I cannot believe I'm wasting most of my decant on you.
Just spray it on my hand.
Okay.
Well,
No, don't rub together.
Oh.
That's like, you're not supposed to do that.
It doesn't change the
Yes, it does.
smell.
It breaks
You
the
can't
molecules up.
Oh my goodness. No, probably not.
Why?
I don't know. I can't explain it.
Smell these 4 and tell me your favorite.
That one.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, you're so smart. Okay, he picked Barra Onda. What does it smell like to you?
Barraconda.
Barra Onda.
Oh. What is it now? Is it Barraconda? No, what's that word?
Anaconda?
Anaconda. No. The one in the ocean.
Barracuda?
Barracuda. I can't think of anything now. Like
It's our age. You're about to be 50.
I think I smell too much perfume. Is what it is.
What's that smell like to you?
What does it smell like?
Yeah. I mean, you may not know because does it smell like a place to you?
Scotland, maybe.
Why? What does it smell like? Y'all, he was not around me when I said that. What does it smell like to you?
A Highland cow. I don't know.
It's
No, just
whiskey.
kidding. Yeah, I do like that the best.
Oh my goodness. Yay. I'm so proud of
you
you
like
for
it
saying
too?
Scotland. Well, these are all my favorites.
Ooh, which one's your fave?
My fave? I don't know. I don't know if I can pick my fave. This one's in my top 5. And that's the one you didn't like.
Yeah, it's not. Spray it like.
No, you don't want me spraying it on you if you don't like it that
no,
much.
I didn't mean
from
it
here.
on me. I meant like
Oh.
just so I can smell it from the bottle. I mean. I
Okay,
guess I
that's
just,
okay if you don't like it. But it's hard to pick because I love all of them so much. But
Yeah, I like
his
the one.
top favorites were Barra Onda, Janie, Shalimar, and Uda Fair. But Barra Onda
That
made
one.
it. Yay.
Barracuda
Okay, thanks.
or anaconda. What do you
I
get
just-
when you mix a barracuda with an anaconda? Barraconda.
You can't even say it right.
What is it?
Barra Onda. I don't know how to say it. I mean, I say
You
it
don't know
Barra
how to say
Onda. Barra Onda.
The A could be silent. It could be Baranda.
I don't think it's Baronda.
That'd be a good name.
Okay, thanks.
Love you.
Love
Or,
you.
Yeah. Love you, 2 peeps. Women. People who watch.
Just leave. And there you have it. Those are my favorite for fall, and Barra Onda wins out for Chad, which I'm so proud of him for thinking Scotland. I will have all of these listed and linked down in the description box per usual. Let me know your very favorite, if you had to pick one perfume for this fall season, down in the comment section below, because I always need an excuse to get my nose on a new scent. Thank y'all so much for watching. I will see you in my next video, and I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day.